showdown time on the Bayou. Number 2 and undefeated Iowa Western runs into the Lions' den against unbeaten and top-ranked East Mississippi. It's a family affair, a moment to remember. Hoop-la comes to Canesville. The Reivers run the region into a lake. The guys take a dip as well. Iowa Western a jammin' good time. And speaking of good times with friends. Rolling with the Reivers.
Hi, this is Jim Duggan, head football coach at Lewis Central High School, and the Bluffs Sports Zone starts right now.
Hello, I'm J.J. Davis, and welcome to this latest edition of the Bluffs Sports Zone, our last of 2014. Well, this is it. No more talk, no more hype. It's time to settle it on the field. The two biggest dogs these last few years finally meet in the center of the ring. But first, how about a taste of some good old Southern hospitality? Let's eat with IWTV student Matt Corum.
Biloxi, home of the Mississippi Bowl. East Mississippi set to tackle Iowa Western for the national championship. But first, a banquet setting the tone and emotion for Sunday's game.
I can't really describe it. It's a big adrenaline rush. Like Coach said, tonight's when we lock it in.
You guys win the national championship. Who's the first person you're looking for?
Number 22 and number 8. I went to high school with those guys. Just going through this whole journey with those dudes. Just very special moment.
Number 10, freshman sophomore quarterback. That's Rhett Lashley.
From one national championship head coach in Gus Malzahn from Auburn to another from Iowa Western.
Well, I think it's still kind of surreal. We traveled down and it's not, we're preparing for national championship, but it's still a process. It seems like the game's so far away, but I think that's the neat thing about getting here tonight. The police escort into town, and I think that kind of just set the tone.
So, the tone has been set. Who will light it up on Sunday? For the Bluffs Sports Zone, I'm Matt Corum.
Thanks, Matt. Now, to the main event. Now, so much has been said about these two programs. So much has been conjectured and thrown out to the fans to chew on. But in the end, it all comes down to one game to settle this debate once and for all. Our team coverage continues with IWTV student Jake Wright.
Road game coverage brought to you by Jenny Edmondson Sports Medicine.
Everybody go. Faith on the hill high. Faith on the hill high. Lose. We lose. Stand by the road. Stand by the road. Cheers when it go by. Cheers when it go by.
The number 2 ranked Reivers traveled to Biloxi, Mississippi to take on number 1 East Mississippi in the national championship game. First quarter, Chad Kelly. Finds Brandon Archer. Lions draw first blood. Later, Iowa Western quarterback Tay Bender hits Alex Reed. The sophomore loses it. One of 2 fumbles in the first half. East Mississippi takes over at its own 10-yard line. Second quarter. The Reivers drive 53 yards on 6 plays. Bender with his only touchdown pass of the game to Charlie Miller, tied at 7. Over 12 minutes left. The Lions strike again. Camion Patrick takes it 66 yards to the house. The freshman 7 catches 118 yards, 14-7, East Mississippi. Next possession, Iowa Western, 4th and 12 from the Lions 29. Bender is picked off by Quan Latham. The sophomore QB intercepted 3 times in the first half. The Reivers totaled 5 turnovers in the game. Late in the half, Chad Kelly with his 3rd touchdown pass to Jamarcus Reeves. Iowa Western heads into the locker room down 21-7 at the break. The Reivers huddle up with a new QB to start the second half. Redshirt freshman Zach Martin with the scramble, 8-yard touchdown run. Iowa Western down 21-14. Late in the quarter, After a Danny Hamilton field goal, Kelly to Patrick for his second touchdown, 27-17, Lions. Fourth quarter, Kelly, 41 of 54, 433 yards, hits Preston Parker for his fifth touchdown pass. East Mississippi outscores Iowa Western 34-17.
So the gap's not that far. We're right there. We play a little bit better maybe in the first half. You know, it might be even a little bit different, but today wasn't our day.
I want to improve on leadership. You know, I couldn't quite, get that, because I'm not starting and stuff, but I learned a lot from Tay, from his leadership, and I'm definitely going to take that back, and we're going to be back here again next year. I guarantee you that.
I want to thank, just thank everybody. Man, this is a tough one, but I won against this one, but hey, hey, I'm still happy a little bit. We ended it with a good season.
The Reivers finished another great season at 11-1. For the Bluffs Sports Zone, I'm Jake Wright.
Thanks, Jake. So, there you go. Two teams with a lot of talent play it out for the national championship. And the numbers? Well, let's take a look. Rough day for Tay Bender, the sophomore transfer from K-State. 3 picks, 1 lost fumble in the first half. Iowa Western, 5 turnovers in the first 2 quarters alone. Former Titan Alex Reed catches 4 balls, voted the team's offensive MVP. Marcus Montgomery, the defensive most valuable player with 15 tackles. But look at Chad Kelly, the nephew of Hall of Famer Jim Kelly, 41 of 54, 433 yards, 5 touchdowns, no INTs. Wow. Camion Patrick, a beast as well with over 100 yards receiving and a couple of TDs. The Lions defense, a beast, holds Iowa Western to a mere 192 total yards, including just 35 on the ground. East Mississippi wins it 34-17. Putting up some numbers in Canesville. The men look to make it 4 in a row. But first, a day, a weekend, a trip to remember. When we come back.
At Council Plus Savings Bank, you still get personalized customer service.
We have identity-safe checking with LifeLock, identity theft protection.
You get personal mortgage lending to fit your needs now and in the future.
You get business banking with the latest technology because saving you time saves you money.
At Council of Savings Bank, you get people who answer when you call and local employees who are actively involved in our community. Council Bluffs Savings Bank, hometown banking the way it used to be.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile! Dang it!
To the invisible jet!
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
The Mid-America Center is the Heartland's premier entertainment and convention center. January 2nd through the 4th, Monster Jam returns to the MAC. Then on January 10th, 6 different bands take the stage in 6 rounds of punk. The MAC offers free parking for all events, including those in the convention center. January 11th, the Omaha World Herald presents Wedding Essentials Bridal University. Then on January 16th through the 18th, it's Pheasants Forever's River City Expo. Tickets, information, and more at midamericacenter.com.
This portion of the Bluffs Sports Zone brought to you by Cutler O'Neill, Meyer Woodring, family-owned funeral home, serving Council Bluffs in southwest Iowa for over 100 years.
It's always emotional, win or lose, after such a big game. And it's hard not to wear your emotions on your sleeve. Such is the case at East Mississippi. Now for the coaches, the players, their families, the fans, the Mississippi Bowl, a celebration, win or lose. And of course, it's always nice when you win. Here's IWTV student Matt Corum.
Team, and don't worry, you're there.
Lions head coach Buddy Stevens congratulating Scott Strohmeyer on a great season. As for the players and coaches, the loss doesn't come easy.
It's hard, obviously with all the congratulatory texts and messages, today it means a lot. Obviously, we're doing, you know, they bought into the program and they're vested in to being a Reiver. You know, to the sophomores here, they're 22-2. Yes, this day wasn't our day, but 22-2, you can't hang your hat on.
Mondo Williams, number 4, Charlie Rogers, number 8. They've been my boys since we was little, this big. So, I mean, not thinking about not playing with them again, it just hurts, you know.
I love the whole Reivers family, the whole Iowa Western community. I have my best friends on the team, man. You can't ask for much better than that. Man, I had, a wonderful season with 8 interceptions and all that stuff. I want to thank, just thank everybody.
You have nothing to be ashamed of. We didn't win this one, that's it. Still proud of you. Keep it up, let's get our stuff and let's get out of here. Hang tight here, show some class.
Alex Reed named the team's offensive MVP. Little consolation to the sophomore and former Titan. Fellow second-year player Marcus Montgomery named the Reivers defensive star. Iowa Western brings back another prize for the trophy case, only it's not the one the Reivers had in mind. For the Bluffs Sports Zone, I'm Matt Corum.
Thanks, Matt. And talk about domination. Dynasty, maybe? The two teams that battled it out for the NJCAA National Championship have simply owned it these last few years. East Mississippi has claimed the title 3 of the last 4, 2011, 13, and now 14. Iowa Western, of course, won it in 2012 in just its 4th season playing football. But get this, the Lions have won 24 games in a row, 44 of their last 46. The Reivers, 22-2 their last couple of years. So no doubt, these are the two biggest dogs on the block. And East Mississippi with the biggest bark. A gathering of friends, all with one thing in common, the Reivers. But up next, party on in Canesville, shooting the lights out after the break.
For more than a quarter century, thousands of Southwest Iowa athletes have relied on this team, Jenny Ed Sports Med. Their sole focus is to prevent, diagnose, and treat your sports injury. They even partner with the surgeons at Ortho West, ensuring you get your own exclusive roadmap back to action. Methodist Jenny Ed Sports Med invites all Southwest Iowa athletes to its free walk-in clinic, open every Saturday morning, August through October. Jenny Ed Sports Med.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Your future is here at CBTV. You're in the game. You take the shots. It's your story. The Media Studies program at Iowa Western. Real reality TV starring you. For more information, go to iwcc.edu. We could see this again if the Iowa Western women's basketball team keeps it up. This and maybe just a little more. Why not? The Reivers, 12-0, including a National Invitational Tournament title. Yes, Jim Turgeon's team is looking good. Up next, a bunch of Royals. And time for some good old home cooking. The 6th-ranked team in the nation fired up for Lake State.
Team on 3, 1, 2, 3, team!
Now the Reivers take control from the get-go. Jasmine Trimboli, for 3, sticks it. The home team shoots 53% in the first half. Bonnie Chudarosh goes for a drive, 15-9 Iowa Western.
Bonnie Chudarosh.
The Royals cut it to 4. Sarah Schwanke, not once, how about twice? And it drops in. The Reivers beginning to find their rhythm. Now Chudarosh, the freshman Chanel Pell in the paint, and it's 19-13. The sophomore from Hungary again to the 2nd-year player from Michigan, Simone Gillum, and it's 22-13 Iowa Western, just over 10 minutes left in the first half. The visitors, 3 threes in the first 20 minutes, cuts the lead to 6. But the Reivers close it out with a 23-13 run. On the run, Simone Gillum hits the 3. Iowa Western, 7 steals. Fawny Chudarosh all the way, and it's 45-29 Reivers at the break.
Look at the ball, it's going to bring her up, it's going to clear everything else up for everybody else, okay? Girls, I'm telling you, you can have a lot of fun this game if you play defense.
The fun continues second half. Chudarosh, one of 4 in double figures, pours in 21 points. Iowa Western out-rebounds the Lake by 10. Chanel Pell finishes with 10. The home team dishes out 15 assists. Simone Gillum puts down 11 points. Now the Reivers shoot 50% overall. Madison Beagley to Jasmine Trimboli. The super soft from Australia finishes with 16. Iowa Western sinks the Lake 87-61.
I thought in the first 10 minutes tonight, for some reason, we were a little tight, and I talked to the girls about, hey, let's have some fun. I said, it's like a morgue in here. Let's get excited and play. And that's one thing about this group. Well, you saw how they turned it around. They're coachable, they listen, and we just kind of got it going. And it's been like that most games.
I think our chemistry is really good, and we're able to move the ball, and we're able to know where we're going to be throughout the court, and we can read each other very well.
Yeah, I agree. We have a good connection, like, as a team, and we work well together on the court. Like, not many people are selfish, and we share the ball a lot better than last year, I think.
We do. We got some girls who can shoot it. We got some girls who can drive it. We got some girls who can do both. We got some size inside. We got some quickness. We got a little bit of everything.
What's it like to be ranked in the top 10?
Yes, we were so excited after the state fair game, and Coach J.J was like, we ranked it in 6th. So it's an amazing feeling.
It's really good. It's been 3 or 4 years. I think 3 or 4 years ago we got number 3, but it's fun. And in some years we're ranked, and I feel like the kids don't deserve it. This group deserves it.
8 freshmen, 6 sophomores. Add it all up, it spells undefeated. The Reivers on their way to something special. Now, while the ladies look to stay unbeaten, the men look to extend their unbeaten streak. And they got a pretty good shot at it. The Reivers shot down Lake Region State in their last game. Well, deja vu all over again. The Reivers in the groove for another run with the Royals. Now, Donovan Jackson, one of 8 freshmen, stops and drops it. Then there's the sophomore from East St. Louis, Deshaun Munson, breakaway with the right hand, and it's 16-10 Iowa Western. Now the home team forces 8 turnovers in the first half. Every Reaver scores but one. Andre Wallace flies in, 20-12 under 14 minutes left. Raising the roof, but it doesn't fall on Lake State. The visitors 5 for 20 from three-point range, Carino Gurley. And the Royals trail 24-22, but Iowa Western a 10-1 run. Donovan Jackson, 11 first-half points, 34-23 Reivers. Matt Donlin, one of his 2 threes, up by 12. Shafi Carr drives it home, up by 14. The home team shoots 57% before the break. Deshaun Munson, one of his 3 steals, and Iowa Western 51-33 at the half.
Get the down pick, cut, back cut, ball screen, 4-man, and come off of that. Don't be standing out there.
The Reivers pick up where they left off after the break. Deshaun Munson, one of 6 in double figures with 13. Rico Thompson splits the difference with 16. Andre Wallace around the trees for 13. Shafi Carr, a team-high 18 points, including a couple of trays. Matt Donlin, a jammin' good time, drives in with 11. Iowa Western shoots 57% for the game. Munson and the Reivers stuff the Royals 87-68.
It's difficult because we beat them, by 17 or so up at Northeast Tournament and come back in just try to get them focused. But I thought for the most part we did a pretty good job. We had them down 16 at halftime, and then we get it, and then we had eased up, and then we kind of get the thing up to 25, 26, and eased up, and we're just trying to kind of rest a few guys toward the end.
Last year team,
we played together, but we didn't play together like this year team. And last year we didn't share the ball as much. So it's like a big difference. We all playing together this year.
We're a little undersized, but I think what we lack in size we make up for, in athleticism. And I think this team has a high basketball IQ. We have a lot of guys that kind of know the game, have been around it. So I think that's something that we can make up for.
We can really score the basketball. We got a lot of good shooters. We got good guards. Inside though, we don't have a lot of size in there. We just don't.
I feel like we all buying in. I think normally we have like 6 players in double digits, so everybody's scoring the ball, everybody's getting their own shots. But yeah, I feel like we're buying in.
Guys were telling me that they seem to be a little bit more cohesive this year. They all want to share the basketball, and they know they all can score.
Yeah, I thought, I think this year our team is very unselfish. I mean, they pass the ball. I don't see any selfishness out there. And so they move it well, and that's why we're able to score the basketball.
Win 2, lose 3. Win 4. Iowa Western getting better. The Reivers getting ready to make another run, like old times. Up next, our play of the week. Football or basketball, what's it gonna be? And what was the feeling watching the national championship game? On the other side.
Schedule your campus visit today. Iowa Western. The world is waiting.
Anytime you get together with friends and watch football, you can't lose. Throw in the national championship game? Even better. Now, yours truly did just that. I celebrated a glorious day at Glory Days. And as you'd expect, this celebration, a cause for celebration. It all comes into focus for one game. Friends, family, all walk through the door, headed for the second floor, and a chance to catch up and even catch some more history. Inside, young Reivers fans coloring up the mood. Some of the older folks, well, bellying up to the bar to get more than just a good seat. Everyone showing their true colors.
I think if the Reivers play mistake-free football, they've got a chance. And we've got the dark side defense. They're gonna come through, I believe.
Frozen. No, not the movie, but the web stream. And so,
well, let's score here. Oh God, I hope so.
To the phones. The 21st century at one end of the room.
That will give him second down and 2 from
the 20th century at the other.
Bender steps up in the pocket. Now he'll duck out of pressure, throws outside to Ronald Nash, and Nash will have the first down. Gain of 4 on the play for the Reivers, and that'll move the chain. 14:52 to
Many
go.
moved downstairs to get a better picture. Looks better, and so does the dark side defense with a goal line stand. But still, seeing, believing, hard to watch. Iowa Western 5 turnovers, trails 21-7 at the half. And the mood?
Pretty quiet. Don't have that pep that we usually do, but I think we're hopeful.
I think the mood is they're going to come out in the second half, and they're going to just clean up some things, and I think they're going to be all right.
I think everybody's having fun here. Everybody's enjoying watching the game and having a good time.
And they are. Things looking up The Reivers cut the lead to 21-17, and smiles back on full display. But that was it. The Lions continue to roar, running up over 500 yards of total offense, and fans left to sit and wonder what happened. The pictures don't lie. East Mississippi outscores Iowa Western 34-17.
We caused a lot of turnovers, and that really affected the game.
Somebody had to win, somebody had to lose. They did a great job. They should be very proud.
The wife of the head coach feeling proud, but sad too. Then it was time to leave. Yes, it all came down and into focus for one game, a chance to catch up and catch some more history. Maybe next time. Meanwhile, the 24th ranked Iowa Western wrestling team looked to party at the hands of number 13 Iowa Lakes. And the Reivers come out on the short end 27-14. Now with 3 starters out and having to shuffle the lineup, moving guys up in weight and such, Iowa Western wins just 3 matches. Now the Lake hit the mat with 6 ranked wrestlers. Now, of course, you always want to win, but look for Josh Watts and his team to get better and contend for a national title when it's all said and done, because after all, that's the goal. And now it's time for our Play of the Week, brought to you by Buena Vista University. The Iowa Western men's basketball team takes 2 in the Reaver Classic. Game 1, second half. Matt Donlin with the quick step, say cheese. The sophomore one of 6 in double figures with 11. The Reivers stuff Lake State by 19. Matt Donlin with our Play of the Week. The Play of the Week is brought to you by Buena Vista University. Spring classes begin January 5th. Call 712-749-1990 to register today. Okay, our last show of the year bites the dust. And so does the Iowa Western fall sports season. Now, heading into the postseason, get a load of this. The Reivers, just 1 combined loss with the volleyball, soccer, and football programs. I mean, that's unprecedented. It's unparalleled. It's unheard of on any level. So it's nice to cover a winner. Now, remember to keep it here as always for more news and information in your community by tuning in to the Council Bluffs News with Marie Zeitner. And so, for this latest and last edition of the Bluff Sports Zone, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm J.J. Davison. As always, I'll see you around.